If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge, from worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your Morning Blitz begins now.
Hey, welcome to your Tuesday. Your very cold Tuesday. Highs only in the teens today. I think right now we're sitting like in the single digits.
8.
It's cold.
Woo, 8.
A high of only 20 tomorrow, more of the same for Thursday. We finally warm up, it looks like, on Sunday and Monday. So, good morning. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm good. I encourage you to not get a dog.
Okay.
Because...
Wait, that's a bad way to start, because one of the kind of briberizations of the boys coming and moving to Columbus with Nora was they finally get to get a dog.
Okay, well, the timing's not bad because they're coming after the school the school year ends, right?
Right, they're staying up in Detroit.
So the weather's going to be all right. But I am telling you, when it is wind chill, like 2 degrees, below zero, whatever, and you have an energetic dog that has to needs to go outside, number one, to pee and poop, but number two, needs to expend energy. It is rough out there, folks. It's rough out there.
You need to hire one of those treadmill things that come to your house, and they put them inside the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And they hook them up by the back, and they just run as fast as they want.
My problem is I have a beagle, and his energy is expended by, his nose work. And so he's got to get out there and explore. That's it. And we don't have a fence. We've got some property, and we have woods, and we'll go out there. I mean,
Get the Invisalign. Get the
invisible fence.
We have thought about that.
There you go.
But,
and then...
I don't know if it'll stop him.
Well,
it will.
But
he's got. You don't know a beagle. I'm telling you, you do not know a crazy. He's not crazy, but he is a purebred beagle with the strongest prey drive that you have ever seen in your life. It's unbelievable. The way his body goes rigid and his tail starts going back and forth really fast, and then he is just beeline. I don't think he'll care about getting zapped.
Okay, but here's the thing. There's a good chance, there's a probability, statistically, that it will work.
Okay.
But there is a 100% probability that if and when you get it, we will then strap it onto Thick and make him test it and run through the Invisalign.
Then I'm in.
So,
of course.
Just to see.
Just to see.
I will tell you this, from working every day with her since she got this dog, I will never own a beagle in my life.
Now, I will say it's the sweetest dog we've ever owned.
They
and
are
the
a specific breed, for
they're
sure.
They're really sweet dogs when they're inside. When they're outside, it is a different scenario
She's
altogether.
It's like a soldier.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Crazy, man.
He just needs a pack, and he'll find you any small animal out there within miles.
That is also, kind of part of the rule is, sure, we can get a dog. You're picking up the poop. You're taking him for a walk before you go to bed at 9:30, so he or she is good for the night. You're taking him out to, go to the bathroom before school starts. You've got the responsibilities.
Do you have an idea of what you want or what the boys want, or
no,
in terms of a breed, or
I always wanted an English bulldog.
Okay.
And I got one, but then she was lost in a breakup.
Oh.
Now, I have also always wanted and never had a long hair, the big, poofy, long hair golden retriever. Not the short hair one.
Right.
The long haired one. So adorable.
Now, do the long haired ones not shed? Is that...
No, they shed terribly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude.
And so Nora was kind of against that.
You want the sweetest, greatest family dog with the greatest personality in the world?
What's that?
Pug.
God, they're so ugly.
No, they're not.
They're so
you
ugly.
say that till you get one.
They are ugly,
No,
but they're.
I have a friend who has two, and I can't.
Dude, they're the best.
I'd say if I were going to go that route, I would get a French bulldog instead of a pug.
Now, let me tell you about, oh gosh, I was talking with a golden retriever person. They're great dogs. They really are. It's a big hunk of dog.
Yeah.
But that is a nice breed.
That's a lot of hair.
That is a lot of hair, though.
Hey, I have a short-haired beagle, and it sheds like crazy.
Yeah, so do the pugs.
It's nuts.
But here's the other problem, too, is that dogs like the long-haired golden retriever or the English bulldog are 99.999% never at the Humane Society, and I'm all about adopt, don't shop, so you got to find one that needs a loving home at the Humane Society. I think it'll be one of those things where
to a rescue.
You go to a rescue, and you just kind of keep an eye out. And it's like that thing
They'll
where you
crawl
just
up
know.
your butthole with a microscope, though. A rescue will. Excuse my French.
I'm sure.
But
That was
I used
pretty
to work
serious for a dog, man.
I used to work in rescue, and I will tell you that they are insane people because I was one of them until I decided it was too insane for me.
Yeah. Yep. So, we'll see. And then it depends on, are we getting a house with a backyard? Are we getting a townhouse? A townhouse.
Right.
It's like, where are we going to live?
Right,
so
right.
that kind of thing. So,
okay.
It'll be one of those
figure it
things.
out.
It'll happen naturally.
I'll
When
be
it happens,
excited,
it
though, for the
happens.
whole process.
Yeah. Let's get going on a Tuesday morning. Thick. What is today's morning blitz?
All right, $25 bucks.
Blitz morning trivia.
$25 to waterbeds and stuff if you're the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. A feature-length documentary about this longtime comic duo is coming soon. It will be out on April 20th. It will be their last movie. Who is the comic duo? Again, be first to tell us at 99700. We'll give you the gift card.
All right, let's get to your Blitz morning trivia. Thick, what you got?
All right, this comedy duo will have a feature-length documentary about them released here in a couple of months, and it will be their last movie. Who is the comedy duo? And that would be Cheech and Chong.
Okay.
Yeah, so grew up with these guys, man. Hilarious. It will be out on April 20th in limited theaters, and then a nationwide release on April 25th. Also features record producer Lou Adler, who directed their first movie, Up in Smoke. And it says it's a true-life tale told through a mix of animation and madness, underscored by a classic cinematic road trip comedy. So it sounds like it's part documentary and part fiction,
right,
kind of thing, which is about what I expect from Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, makes sense.
It will span their 50-year career, and man, I'm a huge fan of Cheech and Chong stuff.
I'm sure everyone who goes to see that movie will be in some sort of elevated state, and then go enjoy yourself.
And we will be legally, which is really nice.
Well, that's true too.
And I'll never forget, like in was it Up in Smoke or next movie where Chong was talking about everything he was doing with weed, and he said, so I think it's probably going to be legal here soon, and I'll be ahead of the curve when it comes to my business.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a little earlier than expected, but it did finally happen.
Who's our winner?
Oh, that was... Sorry. Jason Hines from New Lexington.
Well,
Got the
congratulations.
$25 to head over to waterbeds and stuff.
Is the Harold and Kumar series as good as the Cheech and Chong series?
I don't think so.
I've never seen either. I've not
really?
seen
You've
a
never seen a
second.
Cheech and Chong
Never.
movie? Oh, my
okay.
gosh.
Man, you want to get high, man? This how they do? They got wooden balls, man.
I couldn't tell you the difference between Cheech and Chong if my life depended
Oh, you
on
never
it.
even... Really?
No idea.
Oh, wow.
It just wasn't ever in my... I have nothing against it. I just never saw it. And, like, I've never seen Animal House. There's just some stuff out there you've never
Lord.
seen.
Wow.
Have you seen all of them? Yeah?
I haven't seen all the Cheech and Chong. I've definitely seen Up in Smoke.
Yeah.
Next movie?
I don't know if I've seen next movie or not.
Cheech plays his cousin.
I don't think so.
Oh, my God. That's when that was the birth of Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have
How
to check it
about
out. Okay. Here's a quick story for you because this would go under the not going to happen category. There's no way possible. A man in Maryland won $50,000 in the lottery, but intentionally waited 6 months to cash it in. 2 days before the ticket was going to expire. He walked in to cash the ticket. He says, I just wanted to hold on to it. I was excited about it, but I just wanted to hold on to that ticket. There's no way.
No.
I'm there the next
Anything
day.
can- What if your house burnt down?
Yeah.
I would not sleep until I cash that thing
Right?
in.
Yeah, I'm there the next day. Now, I do know they say if you ever win a massively large pot, $1 million or more, get everything set up legally.
Yes.
Find yourself a lawyer.
Yep.
Find yourself your banker before you cash the ticket. But yeah, $50,000. Oh, I'm there the next day.
Right.
And that money's gone 2 days after that. Like, I'm spending that. There's just absolutely no way. The people that have that kind of patience and that kind of wherewithal to hold on to that ticket and be like, oh, I've got this winning lottery ticket. It's not happening.
No, I feel like, are you trying to hide it from somebody? Is there a situation you got to get out of real quick before you go claim that $50,000?
Right.
Because it's not enough to
Honey, it's over.
totally change your life, but it is enough to do something really great with.
Yeah, absolutely. You're getting your go bag ready. So the second you cash that ticket, you're just out.
And you're dealing with some dead weight relationship. You got to get rid of that first, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you wouldn't know if I won the Powerball. But there would be signs.
Right.
There would be signs for sure. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
I mean, you gotta clap to the attempt. You have to appreciate the ingenuity. 2 men, a 19-year-old and an 18-year-old, were caught attempting to smuggle $200,000 worth of contraband into a federal prison in Louisiana using a cannon. They planned to shoot $112,000 worth of tobacco and about $90,000 worth of meth over a security fence and onto the prison grounds. It's unclear if they were actually caught in the act or if the officials actually caught wind ahead of time as to what was going to go down. And also, unfortunately, they don't have a picture of the cannon, but I really want to know. Are we talking like an old school Civil War, light the fuse, boom?
Right.
Or are we talking more like a t-shirt cannon? You see at sporting events where it's just, and they're shooting it over the fence.
Are those things hard to control? Has anyone in this room ever fired a t-shirt cannon?
Yeah, I've fired a t-shirt cannon before.
What's it like? I really want to do that.
There's a little bit of a poof, like a little kickback.
Yeah.
But nothing
Did you
too
ever
crazy.
blast someone in the face with a t-shirt?
I did not. That would be a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to fire a potato gun.
Oh, come over. Anytime. 4th of July, especially. We fire potato guns at...
Are you BSing?
No,
I'm
she's
not kidding. We do homemade potato. We've done 2 homemade potato guns.
Really?
We've got one that we purchased from Amazon. Dude. I mean, if you like anything to do with fire... fire! Yeah. Explosions, anything like that, we are your hookup.
The only thing that concerns me about the potato gun is there was a friend of a friend, and he was known as Stumpy.
Yeah.
That's because someone had put popcorn kernels in a potato gun.
Okay.
And something happened where it misfired and it shredded the lower half of his arm. They had to amputate his arm from the elbow down. It just shrapnel.
Yeah.
Coming out of this thing. But did by popcorn kernels. Now, again, I don't recommend putting popcorn kernels in your potato gun. I don't think anyone does.
Well, you do have to use aerosol hairspray. I mean, this is a whole situation here.
I thought it was just the CO2, the compressed air on the back.
Maybe in your fancy potato gun. But in our homemade potato guns, we use aerosol hairspray and a lighted match.
Okay, so we're going straight redneck potato gun here.
Big time. And then we always have fireworks as well. And typically throughout the evening when we're lighting those off, there is at least one person says, uh-oh.
Is this what it sounds like? This is a potato gun firing right here.
Yeah, they're pretty loud.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
And it takes a couple people to hold it. Yeah, no, this thing's
How
wild.
big is the PVC pipe that you're using?
It's pretty big.
What is going on?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's...
In that case, I want to put it on my shoulder like a bazooka and kneel down.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
No, you do that. My
You do?
my
Okay.
husband grew up with... there are 6 boys in his family. I mean, so, you know, it's
so
like
you naturally just build potato guns.
Naturally, you are setting things on fire. You are firing one thing at another thing all the time.
All right.
They're looking at what they can get into. So you're more than welcome to come over and fire this.
I may have to give that a try. Anyways, long story short, these two men were arrested, and now they're being placed in jail. Here's a story for you. If I were to ever spend my life training for an event and get at a level where I am in competition, I have sponsors, I'm at one of these... this is my computer. Sorry. I was like, what is that noise? What are you playing? I don't know why this video started playing. And I'm at the world stage, if you will. Nothing is going to stop me from running or, doing what I can to the best of my ability. And unfortunately, this happened to a runner at the World Athletics U20 Championships. Italy's Alberto Nonino was going for the gold in the 400-meter race. And unfortunately, a few steps into the race, he started having an issue. That's because as he's sprinting around the track with 7 other competitors, his dong came flopping out, and he had to, run and pull on the shorts at the same time. And it happened 3 times in the race. And so because of his body position and having to then, stride and pull on his shorts at the same time, he ended up coming in second to last. It really messed with his form, obviously. I'm running all out. Schlong out and everything. I don't care. I have trained my entire life. I have spent hours and hours and hours to try and reach this goal, and I am now in the World Athletics U20 Championships. Yeah, I don't care. No, Take a look. Yeah, this is what it is.
Enjoy the win, little buddy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there is nothing that is going to stop me from running all out. Unfortunately.
Don't runners wear tights? What is this guy wearing?
No, he's wearing those running shorts. The ones that are, cut up on the V-shaped on the side of your hips. Okay. Really short shorts.
Oh.
Have you seen my Lena?
Yeah, the running shorts.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, he fell back in the running group. He came in second to last. He says, unfortunately, I just had a physical mishap. Not happening. It's not stopping me from doing anything. So
enjoy the show, people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm at this stage. Do you remember? It was probably 2 years ago. There was a guy at the NFL Combine. He was a defensive lineman.
Yes.
And that happened while he was doing the 40-yard dash.
Yep. Oh yeah, it just blew up. Went viral.
Yeah. And this was a big dude, and he had the body parts to match. That thing was massive. It was unbelievable. So, anyways, it was a decathlon event, so he did go on to compete in the other events and ended up doing fairly well. So just imagine he probably could have won gold.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for his twig and berries. That's your not so breaking news. All right, up for grabs this morning, we've got your choice. A pair of tickets to see Bubba Flex with Broken Habits, plus Surrender the Ghost, an Electric Dream Machine at the Newport Music Hall on Saturday, April 19th. Or, if you want, you can grab yourself a pair of tickets to the OSU men's hockey game as they take on Michigan for Scarlet Night at the Shot next Thursday. I will give you a choice right now, 800-821-9970. We're going to play a brand new game, all right? It's called Time Warp, and it's very simple. Thick has worked very hard to build a montage, if you will. And it's a montage of all things pop culture. Could be movie, could be music, could be TV shows, could be commercials, could be some news story. But here's the caveat. All the clips that he's going to play take place in the exact same year. So, we're going to do a little challenge. Looking for a contestant to take on Kelly and I right now. Because we're all going to take a guess at the year.
All right.
And the person closest is going to win. Hopefully, if it's a listener, they're going to get their pick of tickets, okay? Did you even build like an official big open for the game show open for this?
I did, and I did want to mention, just so everybody knows, if it's a TV show, it'll be the year that it first started.
Right. The premiere of the show.
Right.
Okay.
Movie obviously came out that year, song that year.
So if you want your choice of tickets, you can either go see Bubbleflex or OSU's men's hockey right now, 800-821-9870. Give them the big official game show open, Thick.
It's the Morning Blitz with Goose, Kelly, and Thick.
Time is gone, it's a time.
Oh, so game show official. when you have an official open, you know it's a big deal. All right, let's get a contestant right now. Try and give away some tickets. The Blitz, good morning. Good. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, there you are. Who's this?
Alex.
Alex. All right, Alex. Okay, here's the deal, Alex. Thick's got a clip ready to go. It's three things, right?
Yep.
All right. 3 clips, and all of these clips are going to be from the same year. Okay?
Okay.
And then Kelly will take a guess at the year. I'll take a guess at the year. You'll get the final guess at the year, and the person closest is going to win. Hopefully it's you, and you can walk away with a pair of tickets.
Now, is he allowed to guess what one of you guess?
No, you can't guess the same year.
Oh, okay.
No. If someone guesses your year, then you got to pick a year close to that, and hopefully you're right. All right? So here we go. First official time warp. Thick, what you got?
The truth shall set you free. Everything I'll ever ask of you. Gotta promise not to stop when I say you when.
Oh my God, dude, this is so awesome.
Oh, okay.
That's a toughie.
Okay. I've got an idea. So you want me to go first, Kelly?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Do you know what all are?
I know what they all are.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, so you started with Liar Liar, Jim Carrey, of course, that movie. Foo Fighters, one of my favorite bands. And then South Park. So South Park, oh my God, South Park's going on what? Their 25th season, 26th season? And then Liar Liar was after Ace Ventura, but before Me, Myself, and Irene. I'm going to go 99 is my guess. Kelly?
All right. I guess 98. So I'm 1 year earlier than you. I did the same sort of calculation in my mind. My main thing is I'm trying to remember when Liar Liar came out. That's the one I have the biggest connection with. And I do feel like it was in the late 90s.
Okay. All right, Alex. Your guess.
97.
Says 97. All right, we're going 97, 98, 99. Thick, we got the clues right, correct? Liar, Liar, Foo Fighters, and South Park.
You know the Foo Fighters song.
Yeah.
What's the song?
Gotta promise not to stop when you say when.
That's not The Pretender.
Do you know the
Alex,
song?
do you know the song?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, it was Everlong.
Everlong. Okay,
Everlong.
I knew that.
And
I knew that.
then, like you said, South Park.
Okay.
And Everlong and South Park and Liar Liar were all released in 1997.
Alex, you did it.
Way to go, Alex. Man. Oh.
Very good.
That was impressive. I thought it was a little bit later than that. So Ace Ventura was what, 95? Dumb and Dumber. I remember I went to see Dumb and Dumber with my brother in New York City. My brother's 13 years older than I am.
Okay.
And I went to visit him. I was like, I had to be 16 years old. And I remember when the Jeff Daniels bathroom scene came on. I am in tears laughing.
Yeah.
With the broken toilet.
Yes.
In her gorgeous
And
chalet.
my brother's just sitting there, like looking at the screen, like what? And I'm like, come on! Alex, man, congratulations. Great job. Your choice, man. You want to go see Boba Flex with Broken Habits, Surrender the Ghost, and Electric Dream Machine April 19th. You want to go to see OSU men's hockey take on Michigan next Thursday.
Boba Flex, please.
Very good. You hang on the line 1 second. We'll get some info from you and get you hooked up. Liar, Liar. That ranks up there as one of his better movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
I'm trying to think. Ace Ventura obviously is up there. Yeah. The pen
I like
in my hand is blue.
The GD pen is blue.
Yeah.
Now, am I the only one who absolutely loves the Jim Carrey movie, The Mask?
Oh, I do.
I absolutely
it's
love that
fantastic.
movie. I think he is so exquisite in that
Yes,
movie.
You know who
Absolutely.
else is exquisite in that movie?
Yes.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, Cameron Diaz. Yes, she is.
I thought the dog was great.
The dog?
The dog.
Yeah. When
In
he put the mask on the dog and the dog's face turned
Right.
crazy.
Yeah. And then unfortunately they had to go make Son of the Mask, which was
Stupid.
absolute crap.
But, Liar, Liar. And,
Truman Show.
Truman
That's
Show.
a good one.
But,
Yeah.
Bruce Almighty.
Oh, Bruce
That's
Almighty.
fantastic.
Yep, that's a good one. There's a great clip from Liar Liar, and it's in the credits. It's like a blooper scene, and he's doing the court scene.
Yes.
And he says something, and the female attorney goes, "Overactor!"
Yeah.
A really great clip. All right, congratulations. We'll have to do this again. I like this little time warp
fun.
game. So hang on, and we've got those tickets for OSU men's hockey to still give away later this morning, since Alex wanted the Bubbleflex tickets. 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Delta Airlines jet flipped on its roof while landing at Toronto's Pearson Airport, but all 80 people on board survived, and those hurt are expected to recover. There was blowing snow and winds gusting to 40 miles per hour when the flight from Minneapolis tried to land at about 2:15 yesterday afternoon. It's not yet clear what went so drastically wrong when the plane touched down, seeing as planes are designed and certified to handle windy conditions. But passenger John Nelson describes what happened as he was inside the plane.
Skidded like on our side and then flipped over on our back. Where we ended up, there was like a big fireball out the left side of the plane. We kind of let ourselves go and fell to hit the ceiling, which is surreal feeling. And then everybody was just like, get out, get out, get out. We could smell like jet fuel.
There was one passenger who described everybody hanging like bats upside down from their
That is
seatbelt.
so crazy.
Yeah.
One, thankfully no one died.
Oh,
I don't know
gosh.
how, but
Yeah.
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But 2, what kind of I'm just picturing, sure, I could imagine the wing slamming into the ground.
Right,
But for it to roll over, the wing has to snap off. Like,
right.
that's unbelievable.
Unless it came in upside down.
No, there's no way.
Right?
No, it was on the
Well,
ground
yeah,
before it
Yeah,
rolled.
And
it
it looked
landed first.
It just looked like a tube. It didn't look like there were wings on
Right?
it. They must have come
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
There's got to be video of it somewhere.
At least one of the wings is off.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, that could happen.
Passengers were evacuated. Firefighters put out the fire. 18 passengers taken to the hospital, including a child. Now this, of course, we're marking it now. This is the 4th major aviation accident in North America in the past 3 weeks. A commercial jetliner and an Army helicopter collided near Reagan National on January 29th, killing 67. A medical transportation plane crashed in Philadelphia on January 31st, killing 6. And in the plane and another person on the ground. And then on February 6th, 10 people were killed in a plane crash in Alaska. So this is number 4.
Well, what about wasn't the Philadelphia Mall or something? Did you mention that, or am I crazy?
Was that the medical transportation?
Oh, maybe it was.
plane?
Okay,
I think.
yeah, okay.
So it's freaky.
And this is the second big commercial
Right.
jet.
Exactly.
I am all about travel. I am all about flying. I'm the first to say there's nothing to worry about. It's the safest. Even I'm getting a little like,
It is
I
weird.
don't know if I want to fly right now.
It's just strange.
It is so strange.
It doesn't add up.
Because I think when the second one happened, there was a report like it had been like 20 years or something since we had any
Yes.
kind of major sort of plane crash / issue.
Yeah, I think it had been at 16 years.
Is that what it
maybe?
was?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
upwards of 20. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Parts of the U.S. are experiencing the 10th and coldest polar vortex this season. The Rockies and Northern Plains are experiencing life-threatening cold. I'd say this is life-threatening cold. It is so miserable. Like I'm despairing of life. But listen to this: wind chills drop to minus 60 in parts of North Dakota and minus 50 in parts of Montana. They've issued avalanche warnings for parts of the Rocky Mountains with danger rated high in parts of Colorado, Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. There was an avalanche warning issued for areas of the White Mountains in New Hampshire yesterday after 2 ice climbers were rescued on Sunday after triggering an avalanche that partially buried one of them. but that person was rescued. Can you imagine?
I spent 6 months living in Green Bay from December until May.
Okay, just is absolutely frigid.
Yeah, negative 25, negative 30 when you woke up. I can't.
That's
even
regular
fathom.
temp, right?
I can't remember if that was wind chill. I mean, it was just.
I mean, I know you know.
Either way, it's whatever it feels
just,
outside.
Gets that cold.
I remember when you would breathe in through your nose, your nostrils would stick shut, and it was like, no.
Oh, girl, it's cold outside.
Guns N' Roses, Tool, Jason Momoa, and more are being added to the lineup for Black Sabbath's final show. Yesterday, Ozzy Osbourne shared the new additions on Instagram to the Back to the Beginning show. Jason Momoa will host the event. Rage Against the Machine's Tom Morello will be the musical director. The show will feature the classic Sabbath lineup of Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. However, Ozzy now says he will not be doing the full set with the band, just bits and pieces. He is in poor health. He has Parkinson's. He has a lot of trouble walking. So he says he will participate here and there where he feels comfortable. I sort of feel like this is a precursor to Ozzy just sitting and observing on stage.
Yeah.
Really. And even if that's the case, it's fine. I mean, everybody wants to see the band back together, but it feels like he's pulling back more and more and more.
You are not doing yourself any favors by adding Guns N' Roses. Because Axl Rose does not... How can you disagree? You can see it online.
I don't know which ones you're looking at, but...
The videos of Axl Rose sounding like a dying aardvark. That is the videos I'm watching. That would be. Why don't you just add Vince Neil and Motley Crue now?
No,
because
they do sound terrible.
I mean, come on.
I mean, it's Guns N' Roses, but Tool's huge, and the thing with Ozzy. Sharon said he could barely move, he couldn't walk around and stuff, but she said his voice still sounded great. So I don't know why it's a problem for him to sit and sing a little bit.
I don't know. He just says from his own words, he'll participate here and there where he feels comfortable.
Right. Well, Black Sabbath songs are a lot of music. There's
long parts of nothing but instrumental.
Right.
Well, he could do it like Cher read her own memoir. She did the first chapter, and then somebody else took over for the rest of the chapter.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Those are your three things.
So yesterday, for President's Day, I popped a quiz on all of us to name the most presidents you could in like 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And Thick won that one. So mad at myself for the ones I forgot.
I was the only one who got Millard Fillmore, by the way.
You were, yes, you were. And so I saw this article, and I thought this would be fun. Now, unfortunately, I'm looking right at the answers, so I can't partake. So it's going to be between the two of you.
Okay.
Oh, good for you.
I know, I'm sorry. But someone asked the internet, what is one word you use all the time that you can't really spell correctly? And I'm looking at this list, and I'm like, yeah, I would fail miserably at this test. So I've got these very common words, but it's also common words that people misspell. So we're going to go back and forth. I'm going to start with you, Kelly, then I'll go to you, Thick. See how you do.
All right.
On the Blitz Spelling Bee. Okay? So the first word for you, and only you, Kelly, is maintenance. Maintenance is your word. You got your pen and paper out.
All right.
What you got for us?
Okay, it's MAINTENENCE. Maintenance.
So close.
INCE?
ANCE.
Dang it!
Yeah. ANCE.
Maintenance. Okay.
Thick, here we go. Your word for the Blitz Spelling Bee. Diarrhea.
Oh, this is one of those. There's 2 R's or 1 R. It's 2. Then it gets the H. DIARRHEA, diarrhea.
Hey!
Very good.
Is it because you have it so much that you're just used to seeing the medicine? Seeing it spelled out?
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea. Okay. Here you go, Kelly. Your word.
All right.
Convenience.
Convenience. CONVENIENCE.
Hey, okay. Look at you. Okay, here we go, Thick. Your word is receipt.
RECEIPT.
Yes, okay. So I always get that one mixed up. Kelly, for you,
Yep.
your word, conscientious.
Oh, God.
I know one clue about how to spell this word.
All right. I'm going to say,
Okay.
and then you tell me the clue. CONSCIENTIOUS.
Yep. You guys are freaking smart.
Yeah.
I would fail this so bad.
So conscience, conscience.
Conscience. That's the
But when
only
you get
way.
the conscientious, you got to drop that E and add the TIOS.
Yep, absolutely.
TIOUS.
Or yes, TIOUS.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is one I always get wrong. Thick, your word is definitely.
You get definitely wrong?
Uh-huh. All the time.
If I'm looking. Yeah. Okay. DEFINITELY.
See, I always do LEY every single time.
Oh, okay. I see that,
Every
yeah.
single time. All right, well, you guys are way smarter than I am because I would have failed this so bad. All right, I'll give you one more. Here we go, Kelly.
Yep.
Boutonniere.
Oh, hell no. We get a foreign word.
Hey, you're speaking a foreign language over here?
I'm going to try it.
All right, yeah, both of you try it. We'll see who's closer for boutonniere. And this person who was online because the internet asked, what word can't you spell? And this woman put boutonniere. And I'm a wedding photographer. I can see that would kind of mess things up. But
All right. I don't know. BOUT, boot, I, N.
Wait, BOUTI. Okay, I'm sorry.
BOUT, boot,
Boo, boo.
INEER. I don't know.
What you got, Thick?
I got
is it?
BOUTINNIERE.
Very close. BOUTONNIERE. And you can't forget the little slash.
I was going to say
above
that
the
one
first
of the E, well, something in there's got something
The
over a
first
letter.
E's got, the first E's got the slash above it. Yeah. Well, credit to you guys. You've done much, much better than I ever would have. 99.7 The Blitz. So I saw a friend post on Facebook, and he's like, does everyone else narrate their own life as it's happening? He says, I go around doing stuff during the day, and I find myself constantly narrating my activities. Like the guy in the commercials where you hear the voice inside your head.
Yeah.
And he's constantly just narrating. And he says, I actually have a friend that posted, someone commented saying, when I cook, because I'm not a very good cook, I have to pay attention. I talk out loud. Like every step. Take the eggs and mix it with the flour and add 2 cups, and he's saying everything out loud.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And I definitely don't do that. But I would say I probably have, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 7 of an inner monologue. Like I'm always kind of in my head thinking about something or narrating something in my head.
Yeah.
You know,
do you ever
whether
have
it's
conversations with yourself in your head?
Yeah. I would say
do that out loud.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Like when you're by yourself, you just talk.
Yeah,
to
sometimes
yourself?
my wife will hear me say, what are you talking about?
The only time I really do that, and it just happened over the weekend, I was caught looking for, I wanted a snack, and Nora was sitting on the couch, and you can see the kitchen from the couch, and she saw me standing at the fridge going, no, that doesn't sound good. And I went to the pantry, and I was like, oh man, we're out of jalapeno chips now. And I went back to the fridge.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of commenting on what I wanted to eat. I turned around, she's just staring at me.
Yeah.
going
That's
on here?
exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, that doesn't happen all the time, but it definitely happens when I'm looking for a snack. I know that much.
Well, funny, I do it at the grocery. I talk out loud to myself. I mean,
so you look
not
like a crazy
out loud
bag
like
lady.
a crazy nutty person.
Oh,
I do
okay.
speak under my breath, but my lips move. I am speaking, and just sort of talking through what I need, what I what I'm going to be, cooking over the next week, what kind of ingredients I need that happens. But I will say one thing that brings my inner monologue issues to a 10 is that when I'm speaking with somebody or we're speaking to each other on the air or whatever, anything I say, I repeat back in my brain afterwards. And I've even been busted before with my lips moving because I'm repeating in my brain what I just said.
What, to see if you can, did you say the right thing?
Exactly. It's like a self-soothe? It's not soothing so much as it is, did I just embarrass myself? Because I'm always, prepped to embarrass myself. I feel like I embarrass myself a lot. So I always restate what I've just said in my own brain, and sometimes you might catch my lips moving because I'm repeating myself right after I say it.
Okay.
So that happens every time I speak in a situation where I'm speaking with somebody. I'm speaking with you. If you and I were having a conversation, even right here on the air, I'm already repeating what I'm saying right now and realizing that I'm going on way too long.
Is it like
and my brain is like, shut up, Kelly, shut up, Kelly, shut up, Kelly. You're going on too long.
Is your brain on a 7-second delay? Like you're trying to catch up to the words coming out of your mouth?
Pretty much.
So I'm reading this. Talking to yourself, also called self-talk, is generally considered a normal and natural behavior, often used for problem-solving, motivation, or processing thoughts. It is also a sign of a sharp mind, and in some cases, a sign of genius.
Okay. We got a text from Brian, and this is very interesting. You mentioned this, saying, my inner log is constantly going. Ended up finding out my 16-year-old son doesn't have one, which is a thing, which is mind-blowing to me. Anhedoralia is a medical condition for people who have no inner monologue. I can't even fathom what that's like.
I really feel like I wish I had that.
Okay.
I wish I had a no inner monologue because my inner monologue plagues me.
But, so you can have the conversation without it being out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, because I do know something about Kelly and other people, and I don't know if you know this, Goose, because this might blow your mind, because it just stunned me. Just like that, there's also something called aphantasia.
I've heard of that. What is that?
People cannot envision things in their mind.
Right.
They can't picture things. Kelly is one of them.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I am or not, but your example of aphantasia was, if I say picture a red apple, can you see a red apple when you close your eyes? I see black. I don't see a red apple.
Dude,
I see black.
and that's
I
something-
know what a red apple looks like.
You can't imagine a red apple sitting right here on the counter.
I mean, I can, but I guess I'm saying I don't see a visual representation of it. My brain knows what a red apple looks like, obviously, so I don't really think that that's aphantasia.
Okay, I mean, I obviously know there's not a red apple
Right.
sitting here, and
But
I don't see a red apple right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I can imagine.
When I
red
close
apple.
my eyes, I
can
can
too.
see the red, the shape, the stem, leaves on it. I can see a whole tree of them in my head. All the colors of the tree, everything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even have to
So
close
can
my eyes to do that. I can just picture
Right.
it right now.
I know what one looks like.
You know what it looks like, but because we talked about this, because this girl, we had audio of this girl, it blew her mind. And I thought, this is crazy, because if you can't do that, that means you cannot fantasize. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, okay. Jacob says, I usually talk to myself while I'm working on my car. It involves a lot of cussing.
Yeah.
I can totally see that. Absolutely.
This person texted in, I talk to myself. Decent conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have great conversations.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think most of the time it's kind of a lot of it has to do with the show. Oh, we're going to talk about this. What would I say in this scenario? But not having an inner monologue whatsoever, I think that would almost be crazy inducing if you couldn't process or think about information when you're by yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes, I almost feel like that might be a spectrum situation. Like you're just saying what you're thinking. There's no gatekeeper in your brain to,
Right.
sort of stop yourself from saying things you shouldn't or...
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Think you got something over there?
Carrie says, get Kelly a straight jacket. Buck said, I talk to myself a lot. Sometimes it's the only intelligent conversation I get for the day.
Yeah, I can totally see that happening for sure. 99.7 The Blitz. All right, here's a question for you. We'd love for you to give us a call and tell us your answer. 1-800-821-9970. You can, of course, shoot us a text as well, 99700. The biggest life change you've made for a relationship. There was a story on a website here that I saw, and there was a young woman from Orlando, and she loved to travel. She's 42 years old. She had a remote job, which allowed her to travel quite a bit and take her work with her, so it wasn't a big deal. She ended up meeting a gentleman from Jordan, the Middle Eastern country, Jordan, and they fell in love. And she now lives in basically a 2-story cave overlooking the Jordanian desert. And that's where she lives now. That's what she decided she wanted her life to be. That's pretty big.
That's a huge change.
Yeah, huge change for love and a relationship. And so I wanted to know, what's the biggest change you've made for a relationship? One person said, I was about to finish my 4 years in the Navy. However, I met a stunning girl on the ship, and I extended my stay for 2 years just so we could be together on the ship. Well, she dumped me for another guy on the ship. They got out and moved away. I stayed in the Navy until retirement.
Ooh, good for him, though. Nice
So
pension.
another 19, 18 years until retirement. I mean, man, if I re-signed up for the military for a woman and then she leaves me for another man.
Dumped. Yeah, for a guy you're serving with.
Right.
Ew.
That's harsh.
Yuck.
800-821-9970 or 99700. What's the biggest thing you gave up for a relationship? Obviously, you two have been in very long-term relationships, but did you give anything up for it? Or maybe before you got married, when you dated, did you give something up or change something about yourself for a relationship?
The only thing I can think of is that I did have a habit before I got married of watching The Simpsons every Sunday night, the new episode. And my husband didn't really like The Simpsons, so once we got married, we only have one TV. We've only ever had one TV, and it was back before streaming or I was watching anything on a tablet or a phone or anything. So we just had the TV. And he didn't really like The Simpsons, so I gave it up. And I haven't seen a new episode of The Simpsons since 2003.
I'm going to go back to the fact you only have one TV in your house.
That's it.
I know,
I mean, I watch TV. I watch all new episodes of Severance, or we're watching Paradise. You turned me on to that. It's excellent.
New episodes, by the way, I learned are on Tuesdays at midnight. So new episode today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I watch on my phone now. So I don't even remember the last time I turned a TV on. But back then, that was what I was watching. Yeah.
I know.
You're getting more and more psycho by the day. Unbelievable.
This is scratching the surface
Vic,
there, buddy.
anything you gave up?
Yep. I gave up Medusa.
Medusa?
My
Your
snake.
snake.
Oh. Okay. I would probably ask someone to give that up as well.
Oh, that is an absolute deal breaker.
Yeah, sorry, we're not staying under the same roof.
It was awesome, man.
There's a snake here.
But I traded up.
Right.
Oh, did you hear that, Heather?
The pause, though.
Yeah,
I don't know if he fully meant it.
There's still some heartbreak there.
There was a little pause for sure.
What about you, Goose? What's the biggest thing you had to give up for a relationship?
I'm kind of selfish. I haven't given anything up.
That to me
really.
honestly signifies a more healthy human being. I mean, I'm only giving up a TV show. Who cares? It's like I'm not giving up a piece of myself or something I greatly loved to do. And it doesn't sound like you did either.
She didn't find anything wrong with you.
I'll tell you the biggest thing I gave up, proposing to Nora, was the love and freedom of having no kids and not being ticked off all the time at two teenage boys. I gave up my stress-free life.
Your sanity.
With two teenage boys. That's what I gave up. No, I like this. Cheryl texted in and said, the biggest thing I changed for a relationship was pork products. Didn't eat bacon for 6 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing that.
I know. I texted back to Charlene and said, that sounds miserable. She said, yes, it was the worst mistake ever.
No way I'm doing that. All right, what's the biggest thing you gave up for a relationship or maybe changed about yourself for a relationship? 800-821-9970. You can shoot us a text at 99700. My husband is a nudist. At first, I wanted no part of it, but after a while, I became one too.
No way. Where are you nuding it up?
That would be...
Just in your house?
That would be a lot to get into.
Yeah,
No, if you're a
is.
nudist, no, if you consider yourself a nudist, you're out and about.
Yeah.
You're going to the beach.
Right.
I don't know if maybe I could. Wait, our lake house that my best friend owns and we kind of go to all the time. We hold this annual lake party every year.
You get naked.
I was the naked guy. I was for sure the naked guy. One time we went to bed and I could hear him and another guy that was there. They were still on the patio having drinks. And I was like, well, forget this. And I go outside because I sleep sans clothing anyways. So I went outside and I walked up behind him and I just right on the shoulder. It was just bloop.
No, you did not.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He looked over like, excuse me. Hey, if you're going to have your shoulder out like that.
These nuts.
I need a resting spot.
So if you got cast on Survivor, they're definitely spending a lot of edit time on pixelization.
There's a lot of pixelization, yeah,
gotcha.
for sure.
They're going to launch a new website to show the outtakes.
Let's see, some text rolling in. My wife is a cat person. It's from Rick. So when we bought a house together, I'd have to have a separate room just for the cats.
Oh.
The cats got their own room.
Okay.
Really?
AJ says, I've always been a confident person, but I dated this really hot girl named Melissa, and I gave up my balls, which she kept in a little jar in her purse,
yes.
which goes along with Doug saying, I gave up a mason jar, which is now on my wife's dresser, so there's that.
Yeah, okay.
Lee says, I was in England. I met an American woman on Instagram. And after chatting, we decided it was real, moved here, gave up my whole UK life. Best decision ever.
Look at that.
Lee, that's amazing.
Good for you.
Oh, just said an American, not an American woman. I don't know if Lee is male or female. Let me know.
Bob, taking the serious route. Good for you, sir. I gave up 20-year heroin addiction for the love of my life. Best decision I've made in a long time.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I
Very
would
nice.
consider that the best decision by far.
Yeah, we have somebody who said, I quit smoking. Haven't smoked cigarettes for 12 years now. Gave that up for a
good for
relationship.
you, man.
Nice.
Yeah, that
This
would
person
be
said,
nice.
gave up half my retirement savings and pay after a divorce.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so you gave up something to get rid of her.
Yeah.
Stephanie said, I cut 2 feet of length off my hair.
2 feet?
Really?
Why, you Rapunzel?
But why? I'm curious as to the reason behind that.
Maybe it was, I've known a couple of guys who are like have some sort of hair phobia. Like they shave their entire bodies. They can't stand hair. So I don't know if it's got anything to do with it or not, but
I'm still trying to rack my brain because I feel bad that I haven't given anything up. Be honest, I almost gave up my radio career during COVID.
Oh, yeah?
After I lost my job during COVID, and I was living with a girl at the time, and I was like, am I gonna move again? Am I gonna, or because I'm such a city guy. I love activity. I love culture. I love things. I love downtowns.
Yeah.
And this was in St. Joe, Michigan, on the very west side, like on Lake Michigan, very small town, very small community. And it's like, can I live in that community for the rest of my life? Obviously, the relationship didn't work out.
Yeah.
But I came close. I was like, can I work at this tiny little small radio group and just do this little thing for the rest of my life?
You must have been feeling claustrophobic.
Oh, it was. Yeah. And I hate to admit it, but that was, one of the main reasons for the downfall of the relationship, because I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
There was no way.
Yep.
If you've got one, 800-821-9970, 99700. What's the biggest thing you ever gave up for a relationship? It's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
We know Intel is in some financial trouble and is also right in the middle of a $28 billion project in the Licking County portion of New Albany. Word is, according to the Wall Street Journal, that they are looking at potential deals with 2 of its rivals, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing and Broadcom. They want to break Intel in 2. The Wall Street Journal says Broadcom, which is a U.S. company, wants Intel's chip design and marketing business, and TSMC, the Taiwan company, wants to control some or all of Intel's chip plant. So that would include the New Albany plant. The White House says the Trump administration is unlikely to support a foreign firm operating Intel's factories, but would support some type of a deal between the two companies. So there's no word from Intel about what's going on. There is construction happening, though if you remember, we were supposed to have one of our fabs in operation by this summer. Obviously, if you've even driven past the plant, I mean, it's just shy of dirt and maybe a few rods sticking out of the ground. I don't know what's going on over there, but yeah, it's an interesting situation for those of us who live right in that neighborhood. It has really impacted the life that we had there, the rural life, the quiet life. It's been gone since 2022. And there's really nothing to show for it yet. So it's an interesting situation, I guess, for the entire state.
I could see that being a little aggravating if you pick a certain place to live.
Yeah, because of the quiet, because of the farmland, because it is a rural community.
Yeah.
And, there were big promises about how much our property values were going to rise, et cetera. And it sort of made people think, okay, well, all right, let's bring that Intel plant in. And it's been nothing but a headache since for the company, for Intel. Which then makes it a problem for the rest of us. So, I don't know. Hopefully it gets done and it's up and working and everything they promised happens. Pope Francis spent a fourth night in the hospital being treated for what's being called a complex clinical situation. The 88-year-old was admitted to a hospital in Rome on Friday with a respiratory infection. He's said to be in stable condition, but will remain in the hospital for treatment of what's described as a polymicrobial infection. Bail hearing this morning for the leader of a cult in Maryland. And one member of the group is going to be in court as well. The cult is known as the Zizians. 34-year-old leader Jack Lasota and 33-year-old Michelle Zajko were taken into custody Sunday. They face multiple charges. The Zizians have been tied to 6 homicides, including the killing of a U.S. Border Patrol agent near the Canadian border. And then Zajko is a person of interest in the murders of her parents. So this cult basically, this guy, or I think a transgendered woman, Jack Lasota, published this vlog under the name Ziz and gathered a bunch of like-minded people described as highly intelligent computer scientists. Most of them in their 20s and 30s. They all have anarchist beliefs. From what I can make out, they are really angry, radical vegans, and they hate AI.
Well, that's the problem.
And they're killing
They haven't
people.
enjoyed a good steak. Yeah,
that could be the source of the stability
if you
issues.
haven't had bacon in your life, I can see you going on a murder spree.
Right.
There actually is a documentary that I want to watch. I think it's on Netflix. I believe it's called like The Anatomy of a Cult.
Okay.
And it's about they study these different cults and how they came to be. Because I think to most of us, you're wondering, how do you get pulled into something like this?
Yeah, I am psychologically set up to be a cult member. Oh. If you would like to know how you get sucked into cults. Yeah, but that's a story maybe for another day.
You think you could understand how it happens?
Absolutely. I do understand it.
Oh, you do understand
I absolutely understand how you can get drawn into a cult. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not talking about a fiercely vegan anti-AI cult. But maybe in a different religious type situation, I can see myself being vulnerable to that.
Ohio seems to attract them.
Yeah. In fact, I was a member of what some would call a cult for a dozen years in town.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good.
Check out the Netflix series Devil in Ohio.
Okay. All
right. Those are your 3 things.
OSU men's hockey taking on Michigan for Scarlet Night at the Shot next Thursday, the 27th. You can get your tickets now at ohiostatebuckeyes.com if you want to do so, or we've got tickets to win as well. Josh is on the phone. Good morning, man.
Good morning.
All right, we're going to play Florida headlines, real or fake. I'm going to read you a headline. Very simple. You just have to tell me whether this is a real news headline out of Florida or not. And again, we all know the crazy crap that goes down in Florida, so this game is not as easy as you might think it is. So here we go. Josh, your first Florida headline. Florida couple stages fake murder scene as a prank, ends up with a SWAT team response. Is that Florida headline real or fake?
Well, that almost sounds too much good to be true, so I'm going to go fake on that one.
No, that's actually real. That is a real headline. That actually happened. You should not fake a murder scene as a prank. People will notice. I mean, that's like those people that do the decorations where they have the mannequin hanging from their gutter with Christmas lights, and police get called all the time. Like, don't set that stuff up. Not a good idea. All right, here you go, Josh. Your next one. Florida man steals a bulldozer, drives through a neighborhood to knock down political signs. Real or fake?
True.
That is true. Absolutely, yeah. I can totally see that happening.
Absolutely.
In today's political climate, for sure. All right, here we go. Florida man throws a live snake at a driver during a road rage incident. Is that real or fake?
Let's go true again.
I would be so mad. That's real. I would be so mad if someone threw a live snake at me.
I mean, where was thick? Like when he got married and had to give up his... What did you do with that snake? Did you throw it at someone?
No.
Because you were so mad that you had to give it up? You took that snake and you whipped it at someone's head?
Why would I punish the snake?
I don't know what your mental health is, man. I'm just asking.
Anyway, I would, but if I'd have been that guy, I'd say, thanks for the snake.
He was taking it. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's get another Florida headline for you. Florida man breaks into a woman's house, says he just wanted to play This Little Piggy with her toes. Real or
I'm going to
fake?
say real just because I want it to be real.
I want it to be real, too, but it's not. I made that one up.
Oh, that's too bad.
That would be a really great headline. I'd be freaked out. Someone came in.
My God.
If I woke up and someone is playing This Little Piggy on my toes, no way. All right, let's do one more. Let's go with this one. Golf cart driving Florida man tries to blow up neighbor's chickens with homemade whiskey bomb during dispute over whiskey. Is that Florida headline real or fake?
Ooh.
It's a very complicated, a very complicated headline. Golf cart driving Florida man tries to blow up neighbor's chickens with homemade whiskey bomb during dispute over whiskey. You said real. That is a real headline, yes.
How could you make that up?
Right, yeah. No way you can make that up. Josh, you know what? We're going to hook you up. You got a pair of tickets next Thursday. OSU men's hockey taking on Michigan at the Shot, okay?
Absolutely. Hey, thanks a lot.
Absolutely, man. You hang on. We've got more tickets throughout the rest of the week as well, or you can buy them at OhioStateBuckeyes.com. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
I love this first story. If you've seen any sort of TV show that revolves around jail, or maybe you've even been there yourself, there's always contraband getting snuck in and out. Whether you pay off the guards, whether someone comes to visit you.
You use your...
All my experiences from watching TV shows about jail.
What do they call it? Your butt wallet? What do they call that? When you sneak something in your anal cavity?
Your butt wallet.
What did somebody tell me? That's not it, but it's something like that.
I like butt wallet.
I just call it the prison sleeve.
Okay, I like that better.
Not that I've ever had to use my prison sleeve before, but I'm sure, people have.
Is that a story for another day?
That's a story for another day. Yeah. We get a little bit closer, I'll share my prison sleeve story with you. Two men, a 19-year-old and an 18-year-old, were caught attempting to smuggle $200,000 worth of contraband into a federal prison in Louisiana using a cannon. Now, here's the thing. Unfortunately, there's no picture of said cannon because I want to know, are we talking Civil War, metal ball, tinder, a gunpowder type cannon? Or are we talking like an air pressured t-shirt cannon?
Right.
What kind of cannon are we talking about? They plan to shoot $112,000 worth of tobacco and about $90,000 worth of meth over a security fence and onto the prison grounds. Now, it's unclear how they were caught. Were they caught, like, in action, or were they caught, like, ahead of time, like someone found out what was going on? Unfortunately, they were caught and charged. They are going to be put in jail now, obviously, and The contraband did not make it into the jail. Man, I want to know what they were trying to use.
Well, we're
there.
getting tons and tons of texts. It's called a prison wallet, Kelly. A prison wallet.
Prison wallet.
Yeah, not a butt wallet.
Same thing.
See, together, you got the butt wallet, I got the prison sleeve.
Exactly. We had it.
We had it right there. All right, a UK man is still in the hospital after sustaining a broken neck, a fractured spine, smashed ribs, and blood in his lungs for tripping at his house. Oh. He tripped over his cat. And the doctors are still trying to figure out how he ended up with car crash-like injuries. A broken neck, a fractured spine, smashed ribs, and blood in his lungs, all from tripping and falling down.
Did he fell into the basement, maybe? Down a bunch of, hard, non-carpeted stairs into a concrete basement?
Let me tell you, 25 years ago or so, a friend of mine came out to visit me when I was out in Colorado, and he had some relatives out there, and we went out to dinner and had some drinks with them that night, and it turned into a pretty long night. So by the time we end up back at the house, we're all feeling pretty good. I go lay on the couch, which is my sleeping spot for the night, and I had the spins terribly, and I had to use the restroom. So I get up, and the lights are off. Obviously, everyone's gone to bed. Lights are off in the house, and all I can do is follow the wall. I can't see anything. So I get to the door, bathroom door. I open the door. I take one step, and next thing you know, I do a 180 turn. It was the basement.
Oh, no.
I made it all the way to the bottom and knocked the wind out of myself. But no, that was it. I was there for about 20 minutes trying to catch my breath, but ended up crawling back up the steps. But I can't. I just picturing myself going, here we go. And I did a 180 turn because I thought that I was stepping on flat ground, but the momentum just carried my body over. I didn't have injuries like this.
Well, maybe this guy landed at the bottom of the basement and then a piece of heavy machinery fell on him.
The air conditioning unit came out of the ceiling and just landed on top of him. I don't know. That might be the end of that cat. That cat might be going bye. That cat might be going bye-bye. I cannot believe the injuries sustained just from tripping over a cat. Oof. So, yes, be careful out there if you've got a cat running around the house so you don't end up with these car crash-like injuries. That is your not-so-breaking news, 99.7 The Blitz. So, Valentine's Day was this past Friday, and as I mentioned, I went back to Detroit to see Nora. She's still living up there until the boys finish school. And we went to dinner. And we went to a spot that we've been to, this is probably our third time there. Because in downtown Detroit, they've got a couple casinos, and one of them is the MGM Grand. And inside the MGM Grand, they have this really nice steakhouse. And so we're like, let's go there. Because we also wanted to, spend a little... Our date night was at the casino or whatever, so we'll have dinner right there. And as we're sitting there, one thing they do when you sit down is instead of going to, let's say, a Mexican restaurant and getting chips and salsa or going to a place that brings you a loaf of bread and butter, they have this dish of potato chips with this, kind of spicy ramulad dip. It's so good. And house-made potato chips. In fact, I could fill up on that before you even order dinner. But the first time we were there, she noticed the dish that they were serving in. It's kind of copper-colored. It's a round, not very tall bowl, and it's got two handles on the side that are kind of, copper woven, if you will. Almost like a rope-type design on the handles.
Okay.
And she loved it. And so as we're going to leave, I say, hold on. And I see the manager standing there, and I say, I have a question. Very strange question. I said, my fiance fell in love with the potato chip bowl. Can I buy one? And then, she goes, hold on. And she comes back, and she has a paper bag, and she goes, here you go. And I said, really? She goes, yes. She goes, thank you for asking, because so many people just take them. Wow. I appreciate you asking.
Oh, wow.
You may have one. And I said, thank you so much.
Oh, my gosh.
And I gave it to Nora, and she was like, I can't believe you did that. How did you get that? Oh, my God. I'm so thankful. That's so cool. Blah, blah, blah. Because Nora loves chips and dip. It's her favorite snack. She goes, "This is the perfect little bowl. I'm going to put my dip in there." And I do it. It hasn't moved from the cupboard.
It's still in the
since
bag.
That day.
Yeah. Oh.
Since that day. Has not moved. And I'm sure we've all been in this scenario. Of course, you get the gifts that you never asked. You get the bread maker, and you're like, that's never going to come out of the cupboard or whatever. But what's something that you were given that just sits there, you don't use it, it's collecting dust, you don't wear it. Maybe it was an article of clothing you really wanted, and that you just never got around to wearing it or never had the right opportunity to wear it. 1-800-820-9970 or 99700. Can you think of something, Kelly, a gift that you either gave or received?
Yes.
That just sits there.
My mom wanted to know what I wanted for my birthday last year, and I said, I want one of those individual, smoothie maker NutriBullets. I wanted one. It's beautiful. It's state-of-the-art, gorgeous NutriBullet, and it wasn't cheap. I think it was $100, maybe $120, something like that. And I'm not going to buy that for myself, but my mom would buy it for me, so she bought it for me. First of all, I was trying to replace a $20 Hamilton Beach smoothie maker, okay? A little blender. The thing sounds like a jet engine. The decibel level is insane. It's probably making me deaf every time I use it. But the thing's light and it does the trick, okay? This NutriBullet weighs 50 pounds. Taking it out of the box, it has so many parts. It's got the motor base and then two different cups, 2 different cup rings. It's got the blade. It's got all this stuff. I used this thing one time. It's not that user friendly. It was really heavy. It made my life difficult. I packed that thing back up, brought it back to my mom's, and put it in her closet, and it has never seen the light of day since.
I'm just really glad that your mom either heard you properly or understands the difference between a NutriBullet and a regular bullet, because that would have been really weird if she would have gotten you the regular bullet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my mom wouldn't have the faintest idea
what a bullet
about
is.
Either.
Oh, okay. I love this. Goose text in. The listener Goose text in and said the treadmill. I can see that happening a lot for sure. 800-821-9970 or 99700. The Blitz. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing?
Good. Who's this?
This is Tristan.
Tristan, what's something that you either gave or received as a gift that just never got used, got forgotten about?
I would say probably the box of condoms and lube that I got for Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's not very unfortunate. I am so sorry that happened to you, but okay.
It's only been a few days, man. Give it time.
That is true. It's only been a few days. All right, if you've got one, we'd love to hear from you. Let's see. Travis said, got a very fancy Samsung Roomba from my boss as a Christmas gift 2 years ago. It's still in the box in the basement.
Hey, I'll trade you a NutriBullet for your Roomba.
I have a Dallas Cowboys Monopoly, Ohio State Buckeyes Monopoly, and Big Bang Theory Monopoly. And I don't know why I said stop.
Stop with the Monopoly?
No more Monopolies.
No more. And, what's funny is Sunday we used a Bonefish gift card that we've had for about 7 years.
Really?
Yes. I'm like...
Just got around to using it? Just found it?
Well, I know we have this place where we keep these gift cards, and we just forget about them, and they're just out of sight, out of mind. We were trying to figure out what to eat Sunday. I'm like, wait, what do we got over here? I'm like, here's this Bonefish gift card we got 7 years ago. Let's have Okay, we had Bonefish.
Lucky it's not one of those gift cards that loses value every year, because some of those gift cards do that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That shouldn't be allowed. That should be illegal.
Money. I agree. I think we've all had it where you get or give a gift and then it just sits and doesn't get used or played with or worn. Maybe you find it years later and you're like, oh, that's still there? Or it looks completely different because it's collected so much dust. You blow it off before you move it. Leland says my mom gave us a Ninja 20-in-1 cooker contraption thing. The official name.
Yeah.
I found out after the fact that it was actually a re-gift, and she was unloading it on us because it's such a pain in the ass to use, and now it just sits there collecting dust.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. I've got the Ninja 20-in-1 air fryer, pressure cooker, rice cooker thing. It's not bad. It works for certain things. I like to make things more fresh instead of using the Ninja 20-in-1, but it works for certain things.
It'll do.
Yeah.
Okay. Evelyn says, my son gets those cologne/shaving gift sets for Christmas every year. The top of his dresser looks like a display at CVS.
I totally see that.
Yes.
Let's see. Rex says, moved into my own place at 18, and all my forks, knives, spoons were from different restaurants. No two were the same. For Christmas, I got a new set from my mother, and 3 years later, they're still collecting dust.
Oh, my
He's
God.
still using the restaurant silverware.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want a matching set?
Yeah.
I would prefer the matching set myself. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
That got a nice JBL Bluetooth speaker for Father's Day, still sitting in the box on the table.
Take that out of there. I've got one of those. They're great.
Yeah,
I
why
love
wouldn't
my
you want to
Bluetooth.
use that?
Yeah, try it out. Jerry says, I bought a meat slicer 15 years ago, and I've used it twice. A meat slicer. That thing's got to be huge. Is it like a deli meat slicer thing? That's what I'm picturing.
I would absolutely use that. Oh, I would if I had a deli slicer.
Yeah.
I'm using that thing for sure.
Poor Alex can't use his Bed Bath & Beyond gift card. He would like to, but
Oh, they closed?
they're gone.
Wait, Bed Bath & Beyond is gone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They closed it. I'm thinking of Bath & Body Works.
Oh, yeah.
No, Bed Bath & Beyond, all gone. 1191 says, my grandma loves Pampered Chef, and because I'm the only other person in the family that cooks, she loves to buy me these really niche kitchen gadgets. I try to make a point to at least get a single use out of some of the things, which can be difficult, but most of them just sit in the drawer for years. I can see, because I'm reluctant also wanting to try a new recipe, but sometimes you have to buy that one ingredient, and you're like, I'm never going to use this ingredient again. It's going to go bad, but I really want to make the dish. I would love to go back through, if I had all my receipts from the grocery store, to see the items I've purchased, especially when it comes to seasonings or certain vegetables that I've purchased.
That happens to me
at one time.
It happens to me with Chinese food. Like, I'm always going to get like tamarind sauce or minced garlic, or not
Fish
garlic,
oil.
minced ginger.
Ginger,
I'm like, I never use it. I need it one time, and it's like, $9 for a bottle of
the
something.
fish oil or the sesame oil, things like that. Yeah. Thankfully, I'm a huge fan of Asian cuisine.
I love Asian cuisine.
So I use it more than average.
I just never fix it for myself.
You
Yeah,
cook
or
it?
Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Can you make General Tso's chicken?
I never have, but I could.
Okay.
I could for sure. Guarantee it. My dream is to go cook at a Chinese restaurant on one of those huge walks over the flame.
Yeah.
If I ever have the money to either build my dream house or even redesign my kitchen, I would put in one of those giant burners so I could have a wok to make that in the kitchen.
See, I want the island hibachi grill.
Yeah, that too, absolutely.
that would
but
be
that's why I
nice.
love my Blackstone, because I'll use my Blackstone year round and go outside and make hibachi or all the things that I love to make on the Blackstone. So
I'm
you got
getting
another
a
one over
chef.
there?
If if I have all the money in the world, I will buy a chef.
You're just going to buy a chef to do it for you?
We would have one at the compound, Kelly.
Okay.
That's a whole lottery winning thing, the compound, I'll have to tell you about.
Oh, okay.
All right, Naomi. Her parents spent their honeymoon at the Van Trapp Family Lodge in Vermont, so she gave them a $300 gift card for their anniversary. That was 25 years ago. They haven't
25 years ago. Man, Roger says spent over $500 on sewing machine and I have no idea what that is. A quick cut fabric machine?
Oh, Cricut, yeah.
Oh, Cricut. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Let's see. That my girlfriend absolutely had to have. Might have used it 5 times in 5 years. Yeah, I love that. I have to have it. I need it. This is my new hobby. This is what I'm going to do with all my spare time. And then just give up on it.
This person says, 22 years ago on my birthday, I received a child. My daughter was born on my birthday, and now today she sits around collecting dust in her bedroom.
Evelyn said, my son gets those cologne shaving gift sets for Christmas every year. The top of his dresser looks like a display at CVS. I didn't. Okay.
How many times is it going to happen?
don't know.
What, once every other day?
You know, he says this, but eventually it's going to get him.
I don't know. It hasn't yet.
No, I tend to pay attention while things are going on during the show. But you want to read? Did you like the text message so much that you had to reread it? I think that's what it is. It was such a good text. I just had to reread it. Someone please text again so we have something fresh for Thick to read.
Mary says she keeps getting these Instapot accessories, but she does not have an Instapot.
What makes you think I have an Instapot that I need all these accessories?
She did have one, but she let her daughter use it, and she threw it out.
What?
I don't know.
Let's see. We got another one. I still have a bottle of Tarragon that I bought before the pandemic.
Yes.
I wonder how many people, because I had a friend who loaded up on canned goods during the pandemic. Kind of not full-blown conspiracy theory.
Prepper,
Prepper. I need the canned goods, but definitely
prepped a bit,
edged that way.
Yeah, leaning in.
Talked about still having all the canned goods
from 2020.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, come on, they do go bad eventually. I don't know if
there is a date on there.
Yeah, without a doubt.
What's Tarragon?
A seasoning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
The plane that crashed yesterday in Toronto and ended up upside down on the tarmac had been in Cleveland just hours earlier. So the plane took off from Cleveland Hopkins at 8:47 a.m. yesterday and then landed in Minneapolis safely at 9:40 a.m. So it's likely somebody from Cleveland got on the plane, then got off in Minneapolis before this plane then went to Toronto and turned over. I want to talk to that person.
Final destination.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Wild. So yeah, this thing then took off from Minneapolis, landed in Toronto at 2:45 p.m. and then flipped over onto its top. Of the 80 people on the flight, 18 were injured and hospitalized, including a child, but all are expected to survive, which is quite a miracle.
No one dying is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And there's got to be somewhere, it will come out in the next couple of days, like either like tower camera footage, or maybe possibly someone just happened to be videotaping on their phone from inside the airport. I want to see that thing roll. How does it roll over?
I don't know.
I mean, one of the wings had to obviously snap for it to get on its side.
It didn't go end over end, did it?
No.
Yeah. So one of the
did
wings...
it? No, there's no way.
No, you could see there was a wing missing on at least one side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if it went end over end, that would have been much deadlier because it probably would have compressed harder than rolling on its side.
It probably slid in the snow and just,
And the wing just snapped. Oh, man.
Dang. The FBI is issuing a red alert to all 1.8 billion Gmail users over a scam that lets hackers gain access to accounts. Now, the thing is, this isn't a new scam. It's not a novel attack, but it does use AI to craft deep fake robocalls, malicious emails. Basically, they have this email that you're sent after you accept a phone call, takes you to a website that is identical to Google's, absolutely identical, prompts you to enter your login credentials, and then you are screwed. So yeah, it is much more sophisticated and believable, though I think most of us know not to accept some type of your Gmail account's been compromised phone call. Like most of us know, we're not going to accept
not
that.
happening.
But
because you'll never
do.
get that.
Like
they'll never notify you that way.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if only 2% of your scam calls are successful, you're in the money.
Yeah.
You could be. All right. NBC's 50th anniversary special for Saturday Night Live hit a very strong 14.8 million viewers on average across NBC and Peacock on Sunday night. That number is 202% above the average number of viewers who have tuned into each regular episode of SNL through its 50th season, which is 4.9 million. And of course, viewership for the anniversary special will grow significantly in delayed viewing. We're so curious about how they calculate this. I guess they can tell. I mean, if you go back and watch it on Peacock.
Oh, yeah, they know.
I don't know.
Yep, they know.
I have YouTube TV, which I set to record.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they calculate
I think that
my viewership.
It's all embedded. Yeah, it knows
Yeah.
when you log in and what you're watching.
And then SNL gets a significant portion of its viewership on YouTube. I mean, that's where a lot of people see.
I've watched probably half the show already.
Yeah, yesterday morning.
And I just watch it
on YouTube
per skit.
And I watched it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
See, that's two of us, and they're only getting one person.
Oh.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I piggybacked on your YouTube.
Yeah, but
viewing.
that's how we live off of our ratings. You got
Yeah.
4 people in the car. We're only getting credit for 1.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You made me feel better. We're evening things out over here.
We watched that last night. I mean, it's just that you can't not laugh. It is nonstop laughing at that thing.
You know what's interesting? It got really bad reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then that means it's good.
Yeah, a lot of the quote experts.
Yeah, those people
were like
ho hum.
And it wasn't all perfect, but there were a lot of really funny moments.
Oh my! We hadn't seen because we saw part of it Sunday night, but last night we saw that alien abduction skit.
With Kate McKinnon and Meryl Streep.
Oh my!
That was
God.
That's been one of the strongest skits over the past many years.
Okay, one thing
hurt.
May I say I did not like the Ryan Reynolds appearance and Blake Lively. I thought it was really gross.
Oh, that's just because you're on what's his nuts'
Justin
side.
Baldoni.
Yeah.
Well, it's
big
because
time.
she's a liar.
I'm not denying that.
Not me, Blake Lively.
Yeah, Blake Lively.
Yeah.
The fact that they made a joke about it because he was asked, something about how's everything going, and Ryan Reynolds goes, "Why, have you heard anything?"
Yeah.
And
you
it's
hear
like,
something?
Well, here's what I feel like.
That's what you do when you're trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. If your wife was so distraught over sexual harassment on set, are you going to get in front of the world and make fun of it? Like, your wife is traumatized, allegedly.
Right. Allegedly, yeah.
That is a weird thing to, make a joke about.
Yeah.
If your wife has suffered trauma and enough to be suing somebody.
That's a valid point.
I don't know. I didn't like it. That's just one person.
So you're saying that was classless, tasteless?
I didn't like it.
Joke?
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't know why
I get
you'd
it.
show up.
No, I get why you're
Go
why
take
you
care
feel
of your
that way.
business and don't include us in it. Although I am watching every
I was
TikTok video
don't,
about it.
You can't say
Never
don't
mind.
include
You're
us
right.
and then spend half your day every day looking up angles and stories and headlines and.
Okay, do include me on the details, and then let me judge you after.
Gosh.
Okay,
Yeah, we went
go.
over this whole deal in quite a bit of detail a couple weeks ago.
All right, those are your 3 things.
Having a great week here on the Blitz. And a bunch of cool stuff to give away. All week long, we have been and will be giving away tickets for Bubba Flex with Broken Habits and Electric Dream Machine at Newport Music Hall on Saturday, April 19th. Every day this week, we also have your tickets for OSU men's hockey. They're going to host U of M for Scarlet Night at the Shot on the 27th, next Thursday. We'll have tickets for that for the remainder of the week as well. But this is really cool. Tomorrow, we're up in the ante. Because at 7:05 tomorrow, there is a amazing show that's coming. But this thing is going to be exclusive and private. Tickets are $125 a piece. But we've got your chance to go see Starset in a very intimate acoustic event at Brewdog Tap in Canal Winchester on February 26th. That's going to be a really cool show.
So they did something very similar to this a few years ago, and yeah, it was a really great experience.
If you're a fan of a band and you get to see their full production and their stage show, it's always fun.
Yeah.
But to get to do it up close and personal, intimate setting, acoustic set, this is really great. So tomorrow at 7:05, we'll have your first pair of tickets to win.
Yeah, and it's so exclusive, like that. Just like 2 days, if you get tickets, like 2 days prior to it, you'll find out what time it starts. Like, they're not revealing that stuff. They'll say, and you have to be there early and check in with their people. It's not like you just walk through the door and hand them a ticket. You have to actually check in with Starset's rep.
They don't have the guys with the electronic scanners beeping your phone as like you walking into a football game.
Yeah,
they're
no,
going
I
to
don't
be talking
think so.
to their people.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very exclusive.
Very limited, yes.
Yes, 7:05 tomorrow morning. You can be one of the very few who are going to get to see this Starset Intimate Acoustic event at Brewdog Tap. Again, tickets are on sale at starsetonline.com. I think it's sold out. Yeah,
I don't know if there's any left or not.
Okay. So, again, we're saving you $250 tomorrow at 7:05 if you want to win those tickets. 99.7 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
All right, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up this morning. Red Delicious apples used to be the most common variety of apple in the U.S., but they became increasingly unpopular because they were bred for looks over taste. I don't really red delicious apples. I like the Granny Smiths, the green ones. Real nice tart ones.
Yeah.
No, not for you?
No.
Which ones do you like?
I like Red Delicious. I like it a little sweeter than the Granny Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Granny Smith are the ones they use like in apple pie, or if you get like, the apple crunch or whatever. Yeah, I like that tart. Now apparently, is it Gala apples are the most common? Red Delicious are number 2. Buzz Aldrin wasn't the first man to walk on the moon, but he was the first person to pee up there. He peed into a special bag in his suit while he was out on the moon. Here's the thing. The bag broke, so the liquid collected in one of his boots. Oh. Have you ever been somewhere? Oh. Have you ever been somewhere, accidentally stepped in a puddle, your shoes get soggy and it's like sloshing in your shoe? That's the worst.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're in your boot on the moon and you're sloshing around in pee? Come on. The used car chain CarMax was created, I had no idea, by Circuit City in 1991. They split off into a second company in 2002, still going strong, while we all know Circuit City died in 2009.
Yeah.
I don't know how much this has to do with it. I could be completely wrong. But I really believe that Circuit City's interior design and aesthetic had something to do with them losing to Best Buy. Best Buy was bright and yellow and blue, and they had, the light things where lights were on, and it was just very bright colored.
And it said best.
Did say best. But Circuit City was red and gray, and it was just darker inside of the stores.
The place always seemed messy to me, too.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Not very well organized.
Very well kept. Yeah, I could totally see that. I did do some purchasing at Circuit City, though. Back in the day. Circuit City tend to have better prices than Best Buy. Best Buy was a little bit more expensive. Not by a lot, but Best Buy was a little more expensive. But I think the aesthetic had a lot to do with them failing. I
got to tell you, if you shop at Best Buy a lot, if you buy products there a lot, you should definitely get their Geek Squad membership, because that automatically gives you the extended warranty on anything you buy. You don't have to pay extra for the extended warranty.
Oh, okay. I don't buy a lot of stuff at Best Buy, so
okay.
I don't know. Let's see here. According to a 2023 OPSIS survey, Thick, what do you think the most popular sport in America is?
Well, do you consider fishing a sport?
I guess, sure.
Then I would say fishing.
Okay. Not even close. Not in the top 4.
Well, maybe they don't consider fishing a sport.
That could be it, too. Although number 1 on the list, I would be up there with, fishing in terms of, this is a sport.
No.
I'll tell you this. They have championship games on, ESPN 8, but it's something...
Yeah, it's not video games, is it?
It's not video games.
Oh, okay.
No. But it is something that a lot of people play, especially if in your backyard or if you're at the bar.
Cornhole.
Yes. The number 1 sport in America. Number 2 is bowling. Number 3 is swimming. Number 4 is golf.
Here's what I can... Okay, then they're not including fishing, because what I can tell you, statistically, fishing, people spend more money annually on fishing than they do on golf and tennis combined.
Okay, that doesn't mean they don't count fishing as a sport just because you spend money on it.
Well, I mean,
you can go buy a cornhole set for $100 as opposed to a set of golf clubs, which is going to cost you thousands or $8,000.
Okay, true.
So you can spend, not to mention, you go fishing and you've got one thing and then you need to change the lure, and if you're on the same boat the same day and you want to catch a different fish. So the amount of equipment you can buy.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's insane.
It's endless.
It is, yeah.
Just because you spend money.
I guarantee, rods and reels now, and really, elite rods and reels cost as much as elite golf clubs.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah.
How much is one above average but not best rod going to cost you?
The rod itself going to be $200 at least, then a $250 reel on it.
Man.
So yeah, most good combos are $400 to $500, but you can get $1,000 into a rod and reel combo.
Finally, humans aren't very nutritious to eat.
No.
The animals out there with the highest calories per pound of muscle, you're looking at boars and beavers. About 1,800 calories in a pound of muscle. If you were to eat a pound of muscle from a human, how many calories do you think you're getting, Thick?
Depends on the human, but I'd say on average, a pound?
A pound of muscle.
Pound of muscle.
If beavers and boars have 1,800 calories, how much do humans have?
God, 2,500?
No.
Oh, it's not as bad?
No, it's much less, yeah.
Oh, really?
There's only 650 calories per pound of muscle when it comes to humans.
Really?
As opposed to, like I said, 1,800 when you're looking at, like,
with all the
boars and
sugar and crap we eat, but I guess that's not really in your muscle, maybe? I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, that's in your fat, not in your muscle.
All right,
so in terms of nutrition,
yeah,
you're not getting many calories. So you have to eat more human to get your caloric intake than you would other animals. There you go, learning you some stuff on a Tuesday morning.